Esports now that I see their current lineup.
Very interesting indeed.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this composition?
Well, it seems like 3 people, 4 even, wants to dive in. And then there's Kimi. So I'm not quite sure where the Kimi fits in like this. And if their plan is just to leave the Kimi to try and fend for herself and maybe kite back, well, good luck. There's a Yuzong and a Paquito. Not really a very realistic plan there. So we'll have to see how they want to play this out. If they just want to clash dead center, there is potential for them to do a lot of damage as far as AoE goes in, right? There's a Kagura Yin Yang overturn, as well as Kimi being able to use that maximum charge. And the Phobius, if they can spam that ultimate, that demonic force, maybe it can work out in their favor. It will come down to the execution though, and we know Aura is very good at that.
That's exactly why I asked Arashi. I feel like Alterego's composition, they lack the synergy, they lack that team dynamic, but we'll have to see how they execute this game plan exactly like you said, Arashi. It's time to dive straight into the portal towards the Land of Dawn for game number 2. Alterego looking to turn the tides back towards their favor. And for Aurofire, they're looking to do the same exact thing with a very, very similar composition from game 1.
Wow, this is already very interesting here coming into game number 2, and I'd like to see the role that Godiva has on the map. I do understand he does have the addition of movement speed and will also is able to give his team members movement speed, but in terms of how Godiva likes to look for moments, I'd like to see how this actually pans out for him.
Well, there is a Holy Baptism available for the Raw File to make plays with, but of course it's not nearly as dynamic as the heroes we've come to expect from Godiva. So that will be on him to try and do something unexpected for sure. But in the mid side, there's a lot of contest going on. Rasti's being very, very active on the map, and he needs to be, because this Natalia pick does fall off if she doesn't get rolling in the early game.
Yeah, it's a very passive game though compared to game number 1 for now. First minute, no deaths. In the first game, we saw first blood and actually 2 kills in the first minute. So it's already very different from both of the teams. Fluffy and Pi just trading it out in the bottom side, but Rasi is coming towards this bottom side, jumping onto Fluffy. Execute is ready. Will they go for this? Will be able to just execute him out of the game. That's first blood presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. Up top though, Kimi losing out on levels, losing out on farm compared to Kabuki.
Yeah, I feel that's exactly what Alterego Esports they want to play around with. That pickoff potential that they, of course, has. Oh. But look at this.
Yeah,
I wonder who's going to win. Oh, we can see what's happening.
Yeah, it's going to be Amy going in for the 1v1 against Hai, but unfortunately, that's not going to be it here. Rossi jumps into the backside, will be able to dash. Oh wait, what? Rossi! He jumps in, but he is unable to finish him off. Kabuki now in the midst of it all still gets the healing from the holy healing. Jukes it out. Black Dragon form is available. He pops it, and he gets out. Kabuki! What in the... Oh my god, I have no idea what to say. They baited everyone into that mid lane, and Fluffy picks up a lot of gold in the bottom side. Jumps out. Rossi's there to provide a little bit of poke, but this is already looking like it's going to be a fire match. Go catch it right now in the cinemas near you. Sinopolis Cinemas, obviously. And obviously, look at this. Ooh, Sanrio characters. A contrast to what you're seeing on screen. Just pure chaos. Then you get the Sanrio skins as well. But Aurofire are going to be first to start this turtle. Hai already sticking it, going in. Quarter HP. Retribution will be able to finish it off. Turtle Slain presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
It is kind of sad to see, like, Alterego Esports, they have composed their draft in a way that they want to take this early game out of the hands of Aurofire, but unfortunately, Aurofire, they're putting up a huge fight. They thought they were able to pick off Kabuki, but unfortunately, with his insane micro skills, was actually able to deny that away from Alterego Esports. And now it is actually Aurofire leading in a bit of gold. And we can also see that Aurofire, they're trying to be very... Oh, but wait a minute, it does seem something is happening.
Yeah, it is going to be the pick off there. Yinang overturn taking a kill away from Aurofire, 2-1, but the gold still stands with Aurofire. Go get snacks with Grab Food, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are hungry, use the promo code. You can get snacks at half the price. MPL ID X Grab. Scan the QR code right now.
On the bright side for the side of Alterego, though, they do have an advantage in the sense that Nino on the Kimi can actually farm quite safely. There isn't really a lot of playmaking potential there just yet. So unless Aura Fire wants to group up and actually try and shut him down very intensively, he's going to be able to still farm up. But towards the late game, how good will that be? Now we see Yin with another 1v1 attempt here. It doesn't seem to be working out so far though.
Yeah, it's actually going to be Amy forced to back away. That is a horrible ultimate. Pi tries to look for a trade. Godiva gets his friend out. Facehugger looking for a pickoff onto Rexlona. Yineng overturn will be able to force the Black Shoes to come out, but it's going to be Facehugger on the chase. He gets the pickoff. He outplays Rexlona, and it's a double kill. Once again, Aura Fire in the second game, controlling it from start.
Huge movement as well as dominance coming in from Facehugger, being able to outplay that situation. Like, Lilia without the Black Shoes is quite reasonably vulnerable, but I don't know how.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, Facehugger was able to just dance around as well as maneuver and even outplay Rexlona in that area. And now that actually gives Aura Fire a bit of an edge if they want to go and just stake the next objective in that turtle.
Unfortunately, there, Rossi and Rexona essentially get baited because they thought Facehugger could be picked up, but that is not how it played out. So Alterego right now needs to actually, I think, shape up in their plans, because it seems that there'll be a Yin ultimate and everyone just scrambles to try and follow up. And you can't do that, man. You need some concrete fighting strategy because you're up against Aura Fire of all teams.
Yeah, Kabuki though will be ganked up top here. Alterego looking for the pick off onto him. He's going to go for the free engage. Petrify connects onto Rossi, but it is not going to be the outplay. Facehugger and High though, they're right here to look for the trade. Nino flickering forward, flickering backwards to get out. Godiva still on the chase. Rossi gets spotted out. He goes in. Holy Baptism will be able to connect. And that's Aura Fire picking 1 for 2, as Alterego have been able to get a solo kill on the bottom side and also that kill onto Kabuki. Amy hitting onto the turrets, will be on the run right now. High looking for the chase, but I don't think they will be able to go for this. Wait, I might be wrong. High is ferocious. He just keeps on going. In the end though, the flame shot will be the thing, will be the ability used to zone Aura away.
Aura Fire being a little bit more chaotic than usual, I'd like to say. I mean, at this stage, they usually are focused on objectives, but even 6 minutes in, they have not even secured one turtle, or turret, sorry, not turtle, turret. And this is very different to what we saw in game number 1, where they were actually able to get a few objectives on the board. So going forward, I think Aura Fire, they need to keep this in mind as well. I think objectives are key. And we can see Kimi is just free farming in the top side. They definitely have to do something about this if they want to take this towards the late game.
Yeah, well, in the late game, they do have High on the Aulus that can do a lot of damage. But right now, you see that even pre-level 11, the Aulus is just playing really aggressive, just running at people. And speaking of High,
yeah, going for a 1v1. Rexlona is here to change the tides, but Holy Baptism will be able to stun Pi in the midst of it all. High gets caught in the Yin overturn, but it doesn't matter. It's actually going to be Pi outplaying the situation with the Demonic Force and the Flame Shot. But look who's coming in. Kabuki under the turret with the Petrify will be able to lock Rexlona down. The passive doesn't get onto him. It is still just a 1-for-1, but Aura Fire will be able to convert that fight into a turret in the bottom side. Alterego needs to be careful. Amy looking to go inside of his own jungle, but Fluffy will knock him out of it. Turret taken down to the bottom side. Nino trying to look for a trade up top. Let's see if Kabuki reads this. He actually does, but he doesn't take it away. He actually just resets it for High to take. Oh my god.
Oh no. A slight waste in rotations here for the side of Nino, unable to secure that away from the side of Aura Fire. And up until now, it is still the game for Aura Fire. They are still leading in a 2,000 gold lead. As well as you can see, map pressure is already in their hands as well. And a very different display, but what happened?
Well, looking at the Lita player head-to-head earlier, though, we do see that despite actually standing out a bit more, Kabuki actually has a lower kill participation rate compared to Nino. So, but everything else is on the side of Kabuki, though, and we see Aura going aggressive yet again.
Yeah, Pi is not going to be able to get out of this one. Flame Shot, though, and the Demonic Force once again. He goes in for more, and he's actually able to survive for a very long time, but it is inevitable. He gets taken down. Facehugger zoning Nino away. I think if Nino was there to back it up, to follow it up, they might have been able to pick up a kill. But Pi, once again, gets caught, goes a little bit too aggressive onto 3 members, and he gets punished. A 2.6k gold lead right now for Aura Fire.
Well, looking at items now, there's no question Pi is quite tanky. Clock of Destiny so far, but a good mix of physical and magical damage. None of the items completed yet, but it gives him some base stats to work with, especially because most of the members on the side of Aura Fire have a good mix of damage, right? Facehugger already with the Ice Queen's one doing a lot of damage, and also Fluffy and Kabuki, right? With all physical and magical damage combined, it's quite difficult. But Facehugger also has the Anticuras though, but another fight by Aura.
Yeah, Rex Lona gets picked off. It's going to be Pi looking for the trade on to Fluffy in the backside, though. Facehugger will be able to pop Rossi and go for the black shoes to escape. Pi now caught in the midst of it all in a 1v4. Has the Demonic Force, pops it, but it's going to be the damage coming in from Pi, from High, and Facehugger to finish it off. Kabuki dives in towards the inner turret and will be punished. It is the split push meta coming in from the side of Alterego. They do get the tier 2 turret up top, but they lose out in the fights 2-2. Technically, still a good trade for Alterego.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for anything that they can actually secure, honestly, at this point, because they know when it comes down to the team fight, it is still kind of difficult for Aura Fire. And now that High has actually reached level 13, we can already feel the power spike happening. Facehugger, I'm sure, has secured his primary items as well. We can see the utilization, the slows, we can see the damage as well. I mean, Facehugger already sitting at a 602 KDA. That impact is huge.
And again, Anticuras on the side of Facehugger, I think is quite interesting. Understanding that Rasi will be trying to actually shut him down in these fights, I think the Anticuras itemization is a bit, it looks a bit excessive, but it has great impact on the game. So player gold by Living by Mandiri, as we can see, High is still up there as always. Nino is close second though, and Facehugger will be the next one. So for the most part, there's still a lot of control, a lot of gold advantage from the side of Aura Fire. It is only at 2.4k right now, but whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be the ultimate. A 1v1 ensues here in the realm of Yin, but it's High winning it out. The solo kill perhaps. Amy gets out, but is instantly greeted by two other members from the side of Aura Fire. Godiva gets caught, flickers out away from the team fight. And another 1-0 for the side of Aura Fire. High, again, winning it out in the solo 1v1.
I don't know why, but I don't feel like Amy has been utilizing the ultimate correctly. I feel like if he wants to use the ultimate, he should use it on heroes that are a little less tanky and sustainable.
That he can actually 1v1.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Yeah, Rossi just, I mean, there's not, he just got bopped. That's essentially what happened there, and that's going to be the free Lord for the side of Aura Fire. High with his hammer. He just bopped the guy. He disappeared instantly. Oh man, a 4.5k gold lead, 11 minutes in. And this is looking very, very tough for the side of Alterego. They're not even going to be able to take the purple buff away, I feel like. With 4 members circling around it, Pi is going to be able to go for some damage. Rexlona joins in with the Yin Yang overturn, but the Demonic Force will not be able to save him for long. Holy Baptism connects, and Kabuki picks up the kill. They get the purple buff as well. Alterego, they need to look for something else here. They can't go for these crazy brawls anymore.
Now the question is, what can they look for, Arashi?
Well, they have a lot of pick potential, right? They have the Natalia as well as the Kagura, but with the members of Aura Fire being so beefy, and with them sticking together, right, like a roam squad essentially right now, it's just very difficult for them to try and get anything. If they really want to try and make the best out of a really difficult situation, they can rely on Nino, who has been farming very reliably, 2-0-1 as of right now, and maybe, hope that he can do enough damage eventually to actually break through the defenses of Aura.
Yeah, Kabuki jumping in onto 4 members, but Yin will be able to catch him back into his realm. It is a 1v1 right now, but Kabuki is the one winning this fight. Amy hasn't been able to win a single fight. Demonic Force going to be used by Pi to look for some engage right here. Will be able to drop onto High, and that's him taken down. He's looking for more. Fluffy, caught in the midst of it all, will be caught once again. The Demonic Force will be popped. 3 people right now. Who will Pi go for? He chooses Kabuki in this 2v1. He gets out. The flame shot will be able to snipe the dragon down. A 2-0 as Aura Fire pick up 2 base. Killing spree by the gold laner from the side of Alterego will mean that they have secured some more gold to look for a comeback. A 5,000 gold lead earlier has now dropped down to a 3,000.
Buying a lot of time as well for the team to actually build up from the gold deficit that they were actually suffering. So in terms of items, I'd expect them to catch up a bit more. And that all was honestly because of Rasi. Rasi actually positioned himself in the bush near the orange buff and was able to take Aura Fire from behind, realizing that Hai was very low. He was able to just dive in and actually pick him off, and that momentum kind of escalated from there. And with that in mind, I think that's exactly what Arashi mentioned earlier. That's exactly what they need to do in the upcoming team fight.
There's also a point to be made that Hai, just with so much advantage on the side of Aura Fire, still forces himself to stay in the front despite getting taken quite low when there's essentially no need for that, right? They were pushing towards the base, they had the Lord coming in, they can just play it safe, but I guess they wanted to actually push and break through like even more aggressively just to make sure that Nino doesn't get the space to maneuver. But right now, Nino has already caught up to level 15, 3-0 and 2, picking up a shutdown earlier as well onto Facehugger. So it might have worked on the opposite way for the side of Aura Fire. Alterego now have a chance. The Kimi on the back line will do a lot of damage, and essentially, it will be very difficult for the members of Aura Fire to dive towards her, provided that the members of Alterego does try and cover and make sure that Kimi does not get focused down.
Yeah, already interesting itemizations, and it seems like they are reaching their power spikes. Rexlona, time and time again, deals a huge amount of damage as well, knowing that she's already secured her items. So coming into the fray, coming into the next team fight, I think Aura Fire, they need to start respecting the damage coming out for Alterego Esports. They need to be able to, be chaotic, but still calculated. I don't think that's what Hai has in mind in this particular game, and we see him getting picked off time and time again.
I don't know. Again, I need to ask this question to Arashi. Alterego, going up against this controlled chaos, do they need to just stay composed, disciplined, and go for the right win conditions, or do they follow in with the chaoticness of Aura Fire?
Well, looking at the composition right now, I think it benefits Aura Fire a lot more if they both play chaotic, right? Because they have a lot more independent heroes. Aulus, Yuzong, and Pakiro are all heroes that can actually make plays on their own. They don't need any kind of coordinated effort. Whereas for Alterego, having a Kimi, for example, requires everyone else to play to protect the Kimi.
Oh, well, let's see what's going to happen here. Amy goes in for a 1v1 once more against Hai. We'll be able to win it out for now. Hai is actually on the run in this 1v1. And it might be Amy picking up a solo kill, but the Lord will be taken away by Kabuki. Amy gets taken low. He needs to back away. Hai gets picked up, but it's going to be Godiva with the immortality pop. Pai goes in for the demonic force, able to get Godiva down. And instantly, the follow-up is there from Alterego. A 3-0. For Alterego, but the Enhanced Lord goes to the side of Aura Fire. So even though they win the team fight, they might not be able to get a single objective here.
But that Lord was instantly melted down, so we can already feel that Nino has really reached the utmost peak of damage. And we can see Rasi as well doesn't understand particularly as something is going on here.
That's gonna be a steal. Fluffy, will he be able to defend? It seems like he will. Facehugger wins in the 1v1. I don't know if that was the right call to make. They have the lead already, but the Yin went in. They forced the fight.
I was like, I think Yin's not using his ultimate properly and not on towards the proper heroes. And I was thinking that Facehugger might be one of the main targets that he needs to target. But even when that happens, Facehugger is able to just outmaneuver that Yin. So I don't know what Alterego Esports needs to do at this point for the side of Yin.
Well, early on, they already had the advantage. They were able to actually secure a numbers advantage. And I think they were just on the back foot for a bit too long. They saw a chance to actually keep making a play, and they went for it despite everyone being low HP. Looking now at the items, for the most part, everyone is full build except for the roamers, and Rexlona is still working on that final item. Both mages on each team has the NOD at this point. Necklace of Durance will be reducing the regeneration for both. For all the heroes, I think it's a lot more beneficial for Alterego to have that, considering the healing and shielding on the side of Aura Fire. But in these big team fights, again, having a solid amount of DPS from Nino will be so beneficial the longer the fight goes. If Alterego can survive the early stages of the fight, especially because Amy can actually buy some more time with that ultimate as well, they can get a huge advantage because they have more DPS. Looking now at the replay by the Samsung Galaxy A series, here, you see that they already have a chance to actually get some more objectives, and they go very aggressively. They get Kabuki. So far, it's okay, but Amy going in for the 1v1 here is just a bit too much, I feel like.
Miscalculated.
And two people get taken off the map for 30 seconds, but a fight breaks out now.
Yeah, wait a minute. It's going to be Rossi jumping into the backside with, oh my god, the Winter's Truncheon pop, but not enough time. Pai goes in for the last-ditch effort, throws out the flame shot, but it's still a 2-for-1. in favor of Alter Ego. They can still defend this. It is a 4v3, but it all will depend on how Hai plays this fight, all right? If he gets picked off once again by Amy, Alter Ego will win. But if Hai gets to free hit on towards the members of Alter Ego, I think it's going to be a very sad day for the squad.
I understand that the pickoff is from Amy, but I feel like the main damage coming in is from Rexlona. I think that's the main difference that we have from game number 1. When Rexlona was using the Lilia, for some reason, he just doesn't seem, he wasn't comfortable, but wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Nearly a pickoff there.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, now that Rexlona is on the Kagura, I feel like the Kagura is way more independent in the hands of Rexlona and is able to do the damage that he does. And now, with that in mind, Hai can't just go in and ham like he did in game number 1, understanding that the damage is there. But Hai has just recently secured the Athena shield. So hopefully, just hopefully, in the next upcoming team fight, Hai has a more chance to be a little bit more sustainable when it comes down to the team fight.
Well, let's see. The setup is here already. Alter Ego has the flank on towards Aura Fire. Rassi is in the flanks. Fluffy now trying to zone away the members, but it's going to be Pai jumping over to Demonic Force. Rossi instantly comes in for the kill. Facehugger forced to pop the winner's truncheon. It is going to be the Lord taken away by Aura Fire as Amy gets picked off right there. Pai now in the midst of it all goes in for the Demonic Force to survive, but Kabuki gets the Furious Dive on the 2. Will not be able to survive for long as Nino picks it up the double kill. A 3-for-1. Alter Ego winning in the team fights. Aura Fire picking up the objective. The story has just been repeating itself for the past 5 minutes.
And Alter Ego there, they just played it for the team fight. They didn't care. It looks like the Lord was going to go to set up Aura, and they're like, fine, whatever. We're going to make sure we win this fight, and they made sure that Nino was actually protected. We saw that Kabuki and Fluffy were trying their best to just dive towards Nino, but he was just maneuvering really well, and with the cover from the rest of the teammates, as well as Pai being able to dish out a lot of damage as well. As I mentioned, when the fights get longer and longer, that is where Alter Ego shines. And right now, they are getting a lot of chances to do so, but there's still a chance for Aura Fire to get that decisive fight.
That was such an intelligent play there from both of the teams. Hai instantly knowing that if he just goes to defend, there's not much, you know? Alter Ego can just force a fight, Hai dies, and that's gonna be game. But he went to the top side. He knows that he can 1v1 essentially anyone on the team from the side of Alter Ego. So just being there, pressuring the members. So Alter Ego, when they try to look for the base,
They couldn't.
Yeah, with Facehugger already there, he clears out the waves and they are forced to back away. They can't commit onto another push because Hai's split push potential is up there.
Yeah, I agree. Well, as you guys were talking, I was like, wow, what is Hai doing? I would have, in his position, I would have just went back because there were like 3 members from the side of Alter Ego Esports already at the base. But no, Aura Fire, they were able to find a different type of opening and actually winning it out in that type of area.
Oh no, Amy gets caught again. He goes in for a 1v1. Let's see if he's able to win it this time. Furious Dive will be able to connect, and he is going to lose once again in the 1v1. A solo kill for Kabuki. Rexlona jumps in for the Yin overturn onto the Hai, still able to survive with Kabuki taking in the damage from the flame shot. Fluffy zones away 2 members. Flickers outside, out of the fight, but the Demonic Force will be popped. Pai dealing so much damage. Flame shot popped as well, but Fluffy will be the one taking the damage. The Demonic Force will not be enough to take anyone down from the side of Aura Fire. That's a 2-0 for the side of the Dragons.
Pai is a huge factor of why Alter Ego Esports are currently relevant still 22 minutes in. I feel like Aura Fire, if they had a more reliable source of DPS, they would be able to kind of, negate how much pressure Pai has on this Phobius, because every time they go for a team fight, it does seem like they're able to pick off some heroes like in Amy as well as Rassi. But unfortunately, Pai is able to just withstand all that pressure and that damage coming in from Aura Fire, understanding that they are all burst.
And the issue is also that they do have DPS high on the Aulus, but he is competing against Nino on a Kimi. So he has under a lot more pressure to do a lot more damage compared to the Kimi. They can just focus on not getting caught and just spray down from the back line. Hai actually needs to think about when he needs to go in and when he needs to back off, because as you saw earlier, if he goes in too deep, Alter Ego has the tools to actually punish him. Rassi has a lot of items now. This is going into really late game territory, and everyone has items.
This is where it gets scary though, because Yin is up top. This is the Lord already started away by Aurafire. It's a 1v1 at the top side. Let's see, Paquito versus Amy. Fluffy and Amy in the midst of it all. Fluffy goes in for the knockout strike, and he's able to win in this fight, but Rossi is there. Once again, the flame shot almost connects. The Lord will be taken away. That's an evolved Lord with only one member taken down. It's very much more worth it for the side of Aurafire.
Man, 23 minutes in, almost 24 minutes, already 4 Lords into the hands of Aurafire, but Aura still has yet to be able to close this game. Alterego Esports really showing that they have what it takes to withstand whatever is being thrown at them as of right now. And Alterego Esports are actually slowly picking up the gold lead. I do understand that it has come to a more irrelevant type of area because we are in the later stage of the game. But we're just going to have to see with that edge, can they itemize a bit properly for and to withstand what Aurafire wants to deal onto them.
Oh, Pi jumps in for the Demonic Force, able to buy some time, but in the backside, Rossi gets an assassination onto High. That's a 1-for-0 in the fight, but Rossi is surely going to fall. Yin now in a 1v1, jumps in onto Kabuki. He's going to lose it out. The immortality hasn't, but Kabuki is able to zone 3 members away, saving Godiva and Facehugger, but that's about it. The game continues, 24 minutes in.
24 minutes in, Rex Lona also popping that Winter Truncheon really well at a perfect time as well, not being able to get picked off and instead dealing as well as baiting a lot of members from the side of Aurafire to get picked off instead. As we're going to take a look at the items now, as everyone seems to be full inventory.
Well, the interesting part is that going up against Akimi, the only person with a Radiant armor is Godiva, so that magic DPS is a lot to actually think about. But that aside, again, Rossi with the BOD, with the have to seize the Malefic Roar as well, he does a lot of damage at this point. So Aurafire needs to make sure that they get Nino, but also don't focus too hard on Nino, that the rest of the team can do their own plays, like Pi on the Phobias can actually do a lot of damage, and it's just so sustainable because of the lack of DPS and the immunity from the Demonic Force, as well as Rexona. If they're just crowding up too hard, the Yin Yang Overturn can actually be a disaster for them. So far, surprisingly, the only person that doesn't seem to be very dangerous, per se, is Amy on that Yin, but that will depend on the 1v1.
It's so weird to see that 2 damage-dealing heroes have actually been put into utility roles here. I mean, technically, if we're looking at both of these teams, Fluffy, he's on the Paquito. He should be the one, dealing damage as well. But no, he's just full utility. He provides cover for his team. He soaks in damage. That's it. Same thing for Amy. Amy's doing literally the same thing with this Yin. It's more of a utility Yin than a damage-dealing one. We haven't seen him win a 1v1 in so long. But as long as he's able to pick off the right target, take him away from the team fight, it's still going to benefit Alterego.
I think that something that's a bit massive here is the fact that whenever Kabuki goes in and seems to try and make a big play, like in game number 1, right, diving towards that backline of Alterego, Amy's Yin is just there to cancel it, and maybe just taking him out of the fight while the Black Dragon form is active is enough for Alterego to actually secure a decisive victory in these team fights. But now, with the Lord up here, Aurafire can use it to actually force Alterego into a fight in the jungle where they can be the ones setting up traps and flanking around to make sure that Nino finally will get taken down because he's 8-0.
Uh-oh, Fluffy forced to flicker away. Amy looking for the pickup though. Knockout strike going to be used. Amy not going to look for that ultimate. And there you go, Alterego goes in, steps forward, but instantly steps back with Kabuki now with the Black Dragon form. Is going to get kited away by Nino. And there you have it, Alterego will back away as well. Both teams don't want to take risks here in the 27-minute. Remember, one death can be 70 seconds long, but fun fact presented to you by Grab right here. This game has already broken the record for the longest game in MPL Season 9. It was previously Alterego versus Rebellion. Now it is Alterego versus Aurafire. 27 minutes, 32 seconds in, and still counting.
Yeah, this is one of the longest games that we've experienced, and also a very back and forth game. But wait a minute.
Amy gets taken off the game. This is the jungler once more taken out. Kabuki zones away. 2 members with a furious dive. Fluffy goes in for the kill onto Rex Lona. Still able to be kited away as Nino just gets so much damage done. Pi jumping around everywhere with the Demonic Force. He goes in for the flame shot as well. Rossi is in the back. He's looking for the base right now. There are no recalls. Fluffy is the only one who recalled. Let's see, will he be able to end the game? Rossi jumping in! Alterego! What in the heck was that?
Wow, what a
What?
backstabbing victory by the side of Alterego Esports. Everyone is screaming on stage. We can see. Wow, that was a huge upset for Aura Fire. They could have won that team fight, but Rossi was able to position himself in a proper way to be able to just go straight into the base and actually take that victory away from Aura.